And then she's in front of the screen door and it's like closing on her. Good morning, guys. Today is gonna be a scary day for me in light of Halloween. Daddy is actually out of town. Ellie. Sounds weird when I'm like, Daddy. Ellie. Just so used to saying Daddy all the time because of Blair and Brexley. Ellie is out of town working. He's gonna be gone overnight. He's gonna be gone all day tomorrow. So it's just me and the two girls and the puppies, and I'm a little nervous. This is my first time, just extended period of time by myself with both girls, and Brex again decided not to sleep last night. I don't know what is going on. This is 2 nights in a row. I don't know. She's sleeping peacefully right now in her mommy room, but she was up all night last night just crying intermittently until like 6 in the morning. Ellie got up to get out of town. He had to sleep in another room to make sure he had enough sleep to travel, and 6 a.m. or like 10 till when I knew he would be getting up to get ready to get out the door, I actually texted him and was like, okay, now that it's time for you to get up and you're leaving us for 2 days, will you please come get this baby? Like, I had nursed her, and you know, she gets formula and breast milk, and so he went and fixed her a formula bottle and gave that to her, and then actually moved her mama. Okay, so we already had a battery go dead this morning, so hopefully that is not any kind of indicator of the way the rest of the next 2 days are gonna go while Ellie, aka Daddy, is out of town. I was prepared this time with a backup charged battery, so there's that. And I'm actually just gonna go for the gold here, and since he is gone out of town for 2 days and I'm doing this whole solo mommy thing for 2 days, I'm gonna actually venture out of the house by myself with both babies too, which I have not done. We had to evacuate for hurricane and we drove 2 different vehicles, and so I had both the babies in my car, and that is the closest to me taking both of them by myself that I've done, is driving them by myself with my husband either in front of or following us in his car, and stopping with us at rest stops and restaurants and assisting. So wish me luck. I'm gonna take you along with us for the day and see what we can get done. First up on that list is some makeup and something with this hair. Let's see, what do I need? What do I need to put on my face today? Anastasia, Beverly Hills. Just a little. So I know a lot of you are probably like, it's the first time you've taken your newborn out of the house with your toddler by yourself, both of them. And that probably seems weird to a lot of you because y'all are like super moms and handle that business like a pro. I don't know if it's because I'm an older mom. I don't have that energy. No, but in all realness, when I was pregnant with Blair, something went wrong and I started having a little bit of a problem with sciatica. And then after she was born, my SI joint was messed up, and it took forever to like narrow it down and figure out that it was my SI joint. And it really hurt to transition like from sitting to standing. It was so painful, like the most painful thing. But like once I was standing up and walking out, I would be fine. And so it was so bad, it gotten so unbearable, and I like handled it until she was, I don't know, like 6 months old almost. And then it just got worse and worse and worse, and I was trying to go back to work part-time, and so I started seeing a chiropractor for it. Great guy, great chiropractor. I mean, I could definitely tell a difference, even though I've always been kind of skeptical about going to see a chiropractor because there's the old, you know, the myth, once you start going you have to keep going. I should really pay attention to what I'm doing here before I go ahead and dress myself up as a clown pre-Halloween. That was helping for a while, but then I developed like this worse problem. That was actually, I would just be walking and it would feel like my back would just catch, and it would almost drop me to my knees, to the point I was scared to tote my baby. Blair was like 6 months old at that time, to tote her around. And by the time, like right before her first birthday, it reached just like peak intensity, and I couldn't even hardly walk. Like, I had to get x-rays, and I had to get an MRI, and I had to go to an orthopedist and a neuro-orthopedist, a neurosurgeon, and get on all of this medicine, and I didn't want to take pain medication because people just become addicted to pain medication so easily that I was just terrified of that with the opioid epidemic in this country. It terrifies me. So I took like pain pills for maybe 3 days to see if they would even help an opioid, and it didn't seem like it helped that much to me. It just basically distracted you from the fact that you were in pain. So I was like, no way, I don't want to do this. So then he gave me some topical stuff and said that, oh, I didn't tell you, like, so it turned out that like all of the bones in the very bottom part of my back were that are supposed to be fused together were unfused. And one of my doctors thought that that probably happened during pregnancy, since that's where all of my problems seem to start. But I was like, you know what, I actually had a back issue when I was a little girl. We would go camping for vacation every year at the beach, and I was doing cartwheels and trying to do back handsprings on like the hard sand where the water was coming in, and my hand slipped and I fell and came down and twisted my back in like crazy ways. And I just remember that I could hardly walk, it hurt to breathe, and just remember having to lay on the couch in the camper at the beach for pretty much the rest of vacation, and it hurt to move. And I think my mom thought I was exaggerating it until it went on for days, and we're at the beach. I obviously want to be up and playing it. That was my favorite thing ever. So for years after that, if I would spend the night over at a friend's house and sleep in one of their beds or on the couch, or, you know, kids try to sleep like in a pallet on the floor, I had to be extra careful because anything would like cause me to have that back pain, and it would be in my lower part of my back. So they said they think maybe I was born with my bones not fused together. That probably wasn't what the primary issue was. That the primary issue was these disc atrophy, and that's where the space in between your vertebrae and your back, it almost has like a little, it's an open space, and it's almost like a cushion of fluid. And they said that one of those had slipped, herniated, torn. These phrases are kind of pretty much interchangeable for the condition, but basically that space between and like two of mine had gotten smaller, which is gradually getting smaller and smaller. So that dries up the fluid between your vertebrae, and then it also like squeezes down and pops out whatever's on either, pops out the disc basically. One of mine is just like, well, 3 of them were like smaller. One, the disc is like just tiny bit out, but had kind of like healed itself. It looked like it was back in, but it's pushing on it, and it's like you know, you don't have hardly any fluid there. It's like your actual disc itself is like down to nothing. And then the other one, that I had the disc there, and the space was better than the other two, but the disc was like out, protruding into my spinal canal. So what happens is then it's like impeding on nerves, and then it's causing all these other problems. So I had like shooting pain, like after I started seeing the orthopedist, like the first time, and we're going over options and stuff, at that point I didn't feel like I had sciatica, and because I was like, it's not tingling, it's not shooting. I was like, the pain's not radiating. And it was only like within a week of that the pain that I was having wasn't radiating pain. So it doesn't always have to be radiating to be sciatica. It was like my whole leg on my right side hurt so much that I couldn't even sleep at night. Like it just was the most intense pain. Just the whole situation was really scary to me because I've always had, like I said, somewhat of issues with my back, but just never realized, you know, you kind of, I feel like, take for granted your back mobility. And I feel like for me at least I did, until I just couldn't even walk. Couldn't get on the floor and play with my baby, couldn't anything. So he did a little outpatient procedure where they actually go in and inject into that space and into your spinal canal steroids, and that kind of made the situation worse for about 3 days, but then it got better. And then I was supposed to have another procedure, and honestly I love the doctor, but the office They sucked. Like, it took forever of me just not even being able to walk to get it approved, even though my insurance company approved it immediately. The woman that was supposed to handle the stuff in the office, she was out sick, and it was basically sitting in one of those file folder holders on her door, office door, just waiting. Like, nobody, there was no handoff made, which I get it, it can happen. Unfortunately, I was in extreme pain when it happened, and you know, my insurance company ended up having to, like, an advocate at my insurance company ended up having to go to bat for me to get it scheduled. And then it still wasn't happening, and then it was my next appointment with the orthopedist, and I just like, was just like upset and like vented and unloaded, and he's like, we're gonna schedule this right now, and he handled it and was great. And so for that, I will keep going back to him. Of course, he like owned the outpatient facility, him and 2 other doctors, so that actually really does hurt his pocket to not have that scheduled, because I'm sure he makes a lot more off of those procedures than he does the actual medical practice component. Anyhow, he was great. He did, you know, when he did the procedure, he was great, and it actually did help, but I was supposed to have another one, and then their office was having that problem scheduling it too, even though, again, my insurance company approved it immediately. It's nuts to me. And they're like, oh, we're still waiting to hear from your insurance company. I'm like, I have a letter in the mail I received a week ago from my insurance company saying it was approved. Anyway, then we got pregnant with Brexley. And so I never had another injection done, and I just like was walking on eggshells the entire pregnancy. I think that's one reason my gestational diabetes got so much more out of control. I had to be on insulin while I was pregnant with Brexley, is because I did not exercise. I tried to walk some, but I didn't even push it with that because I was terrified that my back would just go all the way out again like it had before, and then I obviously can't focus on talking to you guys and putting makeup on. I was terrified my back would go out like it had before, and then what would I do? Because I had to choke pregnancy, which was huge, and had a 1.5-year-old running around. I don't have any family here or anything to help me on a day-to-day, or anything. Plans and family come from out of the country come to help me at the end of my pregnancy. But long story short, never been good at that. That is why I haven't taken the girls out of the house by myself more than anything, is pain and fear that my back could just go out at any time, and then what am I gonna do if that happens and I'm in a store, or it's just, I have anxiety from it. Like, what will I do? Because, you know, when that happens, some of the most painful situations were just trying to drive a car. So I definitely wouldn't want to be doing that with my babies with me. So, but I also don't want to live in this like crippling fear that that's going to happen again. So it's like I just take ibuprofen and go, because the more active that you are carefully, the better it is to try to fix the situation, and to build that core strength back up that actually supports your back that you lose while you're pregnant. But yeah, what if something happens? And I'm sure I would figure that out or call a friend, but it would just be bad, awkward for the girls, and stressful, and especially with their daddy out of town. Like, if he's out of town or out of state, probably not the best idea to push it then, but we're going to today. I think that is as good as it's gonna get today, which is actually more than I anticipated doing today. So hair's not doing too much, but we're gonna call that a wrap and go get the babies up for the day. Let the sun in. Maybe we need to wash that car today too. Shine some light on this situation. low lights. Sorry, apologize for the poor video quality. Thinking that I'm gonna cook a sausage, goat cheese, and spinach casserole for breakfast. And go ahead and get that in the oven while I get the girls up. Brexley needs a bath this morning, and I did not bathe her right before she went to bed last night because a lot of times that's when she gets her dirtiest, if she spits up while she's sleeping. Blair usually gets her baths before bedtime. Brexley gets hers in the morning. So I just went and opened the windows in the front of the house too. And this older man, I mean, probably like 70 to 80 at least, just came walking by with a golf club in his hand. Like, instead of a walking stick or a cane, he was not messing around. He had an actual golf club for his morning walk. He was looking a little scary to me walking with that golf club. I don't know, let me know if you guys ever seen anything like that. Is this a usual thing that I don't know about? I guess it's a good idea. It's a pretty good source of protection, I'm sure. But I've just never seen it before. It kind of took me off guard. I'm gonna get that baby Brexley a bath. Hi. Hi. Yeah, good. Good job. Good job. Hey. Hey, hey. Woohoo. Spit up already just as soon as she got bathed. Story of her life. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Hey. Hey. Hey, Brexley. Are you wearing your new 3 to 6 month clothes today? Are you? You're not happy about getting that bath, huh? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Hey. Hey, darling. Hey. Are you going to feel happier now that you're all clean? Is that a little better now that you have clothes on and you're dry? All right, one down, one to go. And I think we're gonna have to change Brexley's clothes again because the 3 to 6 month outfit I just put on her is still gargantuan. So I'm gonna have to put her in something 0 to 3 months still, I think, but it was worth a shot. Woo! Good morning, Tutti Frutti. You ready to have a big day with Mommy today? Yeah? Just you, Mommy, and Brexley? What are we gonna do today? This is my sleepy head. Mommy's sleepy head. Not the biggest morning person. She gets it on us. Breakfast time! Breakfast time! Woo! Yeah? Good morning.
No.
You ate almost all of your eggs, and now you're eating the yummy, yummy pineapple. And Mommy is going to work on putting this up. Just put it in a little plastic container, and then gonna get the girls. We'll get Brex redressed, get Blair dressed in her actual clothes and out of her pajamas, and then we're gonna hit the road. What you need? Are you ready for milk? Are you ready for milk? Yeah, you're signing milk. Okay, let's go get it. Ah. This one still likes to drink her milk. And Mommy and Daddy's lap, she likes to kick back and drink it. Are y'all done? Are you gonna finish it? Are you gonna finish that milk? Mwah. Are you gonna finish that milk? You ready to go shopping? Yeah, all right. We're getting a very late start getting out of the door due to this one. Blair. Hi, you ready to go shopping? Yeah. And as you can see, I've already had to change my outfit from Brexley. But while we were on our way out the door, I just saw this World Market bag. It reminded me the other day when we went to Costco, I didn't get anything and Blair didn't get anything. Brex got new outfits and Daddy got a new, Ellie got a new work shirt. So when he got done with one of his appointments yesterday, he stopped in at World Market because I love World Market and usually anything he buys me from there is a big hit. And he just got me a little thinking of you present. Some really pretty earrings, which I'm getting ready to put on, I think, to wear to the store. And he got this creepy banana for Blair because she loves bananas. So I'm gonna give it to her right now and see what her reaction is to it. But it feels so yucky. It's like squishy in your hands. And when he handed it to me, it gave me the heebie-jeebies and I had to sit it down. So let's look and see how she reacts to getting it. Blair, you want this? Daddy got you this banana. Daddy got you this banana, here. Daddy got you this banana. Here. You don't like the way it feels either? Daddy got you that yesterday. What do you think? You don't seem too convinced to start with. No. Ooh. You're not too crazy about it? No, you want mommy to take it back. You want mommy to take it back? Mommy doesn't like it either. Ugh. See guys, it's squishy. Ugh. Here. So I think the verdict is out on that banana from her too. Guys, if you could feel this banana, I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't know what it is that it feels like, but it's something disgusting. It's not a big hit around here. Her daddy thought it was hilarious, but it's not a big hit. All right, I just don't even know if it's worth packing up both kids by myself. I put one of those little backpacks on Blair. Y'all will probably make fun of this, but comment down below if any of you have ever used this, or if you think I'm totally wrong. These little, it's made by Skip Hop, and it's a little backpack, and it has like a little tether attached to it that you can also just like detach, and they can just use it as a regular backpack. But it connects in the front on them, so it's secure on them, and you kind of tighten the straps, and then you put the little thing on your wrist. And having a 2-year-old and a newborn and just not being used to taking them around, and again, like with my back, I put that on Blair to get outside of the house. And poor thing, she was like attached to me, and I'm getting out of the house with the carrier, and she like didn't want to jump over, and then she's in front of the screen door and it's like closing on her. But I put it on her so that she couldn't just like run off, but then she didn't want to go anywhere. But if I wouldn't have had it on her, she'd have probably like ran off and like running into the road. So anyway, I do like my earrings though that Ellie bought me. And it is now rush hour traffic. We let the entire day just get away inside doing stuff. So we'll see how this goes. We're gonna go to a children's, almost kind of like consignment shop, to look for Halloween costumes. We are here, and I'm actually going to put Brex in the baby Ergo with the infant insert, which I've had ever since Blair was a baby, but never was really successful using it with her. So I'm glad that I'll get to use it this go round because they're pretty expensive. Blair used a Moby wrap all the time, and I've put Brex in the Moby wrap a couple of times already, but I'm gonna see if this will be easier and quicker. And we got it figured out. All right, we are back home from that whirlwind trip. We did not have any luck with the costumes. There was just nothing there that I was super stoked about, and I kind of want to do a family costume this year and next year while the girls are young enough that we're the ones still picking out their costumes. So they just didn't have much to go with that. Their daddy had a really good idea. There were like a couple different flower costumes, and he had the really good idea to dress them up as flowers, and then me as the watering pot and him as the flower pot, and he was gonna like make a sign that says she makes them grow or something. I just hold them or tote them. I don't know. I was thinking like a vampire family and dress up Brexley as a little tiny baby bat. It's very last minute. We're pushing it here. Blair is glad to be back home, and the first thing she asked for when she got here was a pouch. I'm about to heat her up some leftover pizza, which is one of her favorites. It's kind of a struggle lately to get her to eat as well as she used to. She still loves her vegetables, but just getting her to eat different types of protein is difficult these days. So I'm gonna get that started and feed Miss Brexley, and then maybe do a little Halloween craft with Blair. I haven't decided yet. We'll see where the night takes us. Hi, can you see yourself? We still have lots to do here tonight. I have to get Blair bathed and get her put down to bed, and Brex, I don't know what she's gonna do tonight. The last 2 nights she's been keeping me up all night, so I'm hoping that she's gonna let mommy sleep some because I am absolutely exhausted. I'm so exhausted, in fact, that I'm just gonna end things here and just try to get through the rest of the solo struggle. My husband and I tend to work better as a duo, so just not having him here at all day. I don't know how single mamas do it. Like, so many props to single moms and dads out there. Definitely for us, it's a 2-person job. We're gonna wrap it up and see you next time. Bye. In this dynamite castle, you and me will be alright.